Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to break down one of the most basic things we ever learn, how to introduce ourselves. And believe it or not, our guide for this whole thing is a simple English textbook. Let's see what it can teach us.
I mean, think about it. It just feels like something we instinctively know how to do, right? But what if there's a really deliberate process behind it? We've all learned this script, whether we were in a classroom or just kind of picked it up. It is absolutely fundamental to how we connect with each other.
And here they are, the very first building blocks, straight from the source. My name's Jessica, I'm from Australia. Where are you from? That's it. Name, place, and a question. This simple little sentence is basically the seed from which every introduction we ever make grows.
So, let's start right there, with this first, super simple exchange. Because this isn't just a random bunch of words, it's actually a carefully structured ritual for establishing who you are.
The logic here is kind of brilliant, isn't it? You first offer up your own information, a statement about who you are. You give your name, you give your origin, and only then do you ask the other person for theirs. It's a reciprocal thing, you know? It's built on this idea of giving before you take.
And here we actually get to see our two characters, Jessica and Tintin Yomai. Seeing them meet like this really grounds these abstract rules in a real human moment. This visual makes it totally clear. This is about two people connecting for the very first time. Okay, so you've got the basic phrases down. But how do you actually make them stick in your brain? Well, the lesson immediately moves to build on these core ideas through practice and reinforcement.
So the textbook goes straight into a matching game. Now, it looks simple, but this is so important. It forces you to connect these specific names with specific places, turning vocabulary you just learned into actual concrete associations. So, Tin Yo is from Myanmar, Jessica is from Australia, Paul from England. It's repetition, but it's smart repetition. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. We're moving from just knowing facts to actually building a conversation. This fill-in-the-gaps exercise isn't just about memorizing stuff. It's about learning the rhythm of a conversation. You can see how one person's statement naturally leads to another person's response, creating that back-and-forth flow.
And then, bam, the lesson reveals this hidden layer. It's not just about what you say, it's about what you do. This little note about language and culture is a total game changer. It's telling you that learning English also means learning the cultural norms that go along with it.
And this image just nails the point. The handshake is like the physical punctuation mark to the whole verbal introduction. This shows us that the words and the action are part of the same package, the same social ritual. All right, so you've mastered introducing yourself. Level 1 complete. What's the next logical step? Well, you introduce someone else, and now the complexity goes up a notch. We're adding a new person and a new set of rules into the mix. And here you can see it in action. In one picture, Paul is being introduced. In the other, it's Jessica. The social situation has just evolved from a simple one-on-one into a more dynamic group thing.
So a new situation means you need a new toolkit of phrases, right? The focus totally shifts from I am to things like this is, he's, she's, and theirs. The grammar itself is actually evolving to meet the demands of a more complicated social task. It's pretty cool.
And again, the textbook gives us the why. Why do we do this? It's all about building connections. Giving that extra bit of info, like a job or a friend you both know, it isn't just small talk. It's a deliberate strategy to find some common ground and make that new social bond a little bit stronger.
Okay, now we're at the final stage. This is where all the individual skills, introducing yourself, asking questions, introducing other people, understanding the cultural stuff, it all gets synthesized into one big performance.
Just look at this final exercise. Now you've got students working in groups of 3. One person has to introduce their partner to the third person. This is like the final exam, you know? It combines every single element we've seen so far into one fluid, real-world practice run.
So this whole process that we've just walked through, there's actually a name for it in the world of education. It's called scaffolding. You start with the simplest, most basic block, and once that's solid, you add the next one, and then the next. Each step supports the one that comes after it until you've built this whole complete structure of knowledge.
So let's zoom out for a second. What did we really learn from a single page in an English textbook? Well, I think we learned something pretty profound about the ritual of how we actually connect with each other.
Here's the bottom line. Saying hello isn't just an exchange of information. It's a performance. It's a structured cultural ritual that's designed to safely and efficiently turn a stranger into someone you know. We've all learned this script, and we perform it every single day.
And that leaves me with one last thought for you. We've just seen the instruction manual for meeting someone new. But think about it for a second. What other simple, everyday rituals, like, ordering coffee or ending a phone call, what other things have their own hidden rules and structures that we follow all the time without even realizing it?